Good morning. We are here in Cody, Wyoming. My name is Lindsay Shaw. I'm with the Cody Journal, and this is Hannah Barefoot. And we're going to talk a little bit today about her upcoming project called Wyoming Christmas Carol. And so Hannah we've been spending the week together. Hannah's actually a childhood friend of mine. And so I've had the opportunity to kind of watch this progress. But this is a really neat opportunity. Let's start just by you sharing a little bit about the roots of this project and where you started.
Yeah. Okay, everybody. There's a camera here and I'm talking to Lindsay, but every now and then I'm going to look at you.
Okay.
Yeah, my name is Hannah Barefoot, but originally Hannah Kellerby Barefoot. I am from Cody, originally born and raised here. My parents are Joe and Anita Kellerby. I have sisters, Lisa and Sarah, and Cody High School grad. I went to college at Laramie for theater. And I have been in Los Angeles for the last 10 years as an actress, a working actress and writer and singer. And in the last few years, I really started to turn my attention more in addition to acting. It's not that I've stopped acting. That's my main thing still. But in addition to that, I've added in writing and producing because I really want to take more agency. I want to have more agency in the kind of projects that I work on, not just, I go on an audition and I get hired. And so I'll work on whatever job that is. I'm always grateful for when people hire me on their projects, but I've really wanted to have more of a say of the kind of work that I do. Typically when you're an actor, you don't really have a lot of say. You can turn down roles, but you can't just like, I want to be on Star Wars. Let me go get on Star Wars. I wish that were the case, but I haven't figured out how to crack that code. So I started writing projects. I've written several short films that I've produced and that have been in film festivals around the world. Some really exciting projects that I've done, but this is the first feature film that I have done. And this is a love letter to Cody. You can see the poster here. It's called Wyoming Christmas Carol. That very well may change. Titles change all the time. But so whenever you start writing something, they always say, write what you know. Right, whether that's a book or anything, like the general advice is write what you know. And I started to think about, what do I know? And the things that I know really well are, acting, films, obviously. Okay, so yeah, making a movie. Family. I know family reconciliation and family loss and family struggle and also family just like joy and love and, like I said, reconciliation because, for several reasons. My father, Joe Kellerby, passed away I guess 13 years ago now. And so, just walking through the loss of an incredibly pivotal figure in my life was very transformative to me. But then also family reconciliation within my own immediate family now, my marriage and my relationship with my son. So there was a dark season when our family was really struggling, almost didn't make it. And so, but we reconciled, and I'm just so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for the chance to have come back together with the two people that really mean the most to me. And that reconciliation miraculously took place right around Christmas, which is just the coolest thing ever. And I know singing, I'm a musician. I love that this is not my space. These are not my guitars, but I love that we're in this podcast studio. Thank you, Doug, and all his beautiful guitars hanging around. So I'm a musician. And I know Wyoming. I know Cody. I love Cody. I was born and raised here. I don't live here. I don't live here currently, but I hope to one day again. Like, this is my heart. Cody is my heart. Wyoming is my heart. And so as I started to think about these things, Wyoming, music, family. Okay, I'll write a movie that combines all those things. But obviously Cody is the most beautiful place on the planet in the summer, but Cody's busy in the summer. Cody does not have space for a movie crew to come in. But the winter, Cody's empty. And I grew up seeing, businesses really struggle, hotels empty, restaurants, just really needing some patrons. And I started to think, if I wrote a movie and I shot it in Cody in the winter, in the off season when the park entrance is closed, I could bring in a film crew. I could bring in production money. I could do some real good to this town that I just love so much. I've been in town this week for 4 days, just talking with people about this film. And already, I have printed so many things at the UPS store at Goodyear Printing. I have hired a caterer for a private event that we did, Deb Hoover. Mm-hmm. I mean, just like that, I've shopped at a store because I forgot something, that's me individually, one person for over the course of 3 days. A film crew that is here for pre-production, weeks of pre-production, the however many weeks of actual production, and then post-production. That's a lot of people who are putting money into hotels, restaurants, print shops, rental car companies, location fees, insurance costs. Not to mention my LLC for this film is a Wyoming LLC. There's all these costs that go along with making a movie, and it all goes into the local economy. So that's my passion. That's my vision. I really want to pour into Cody, my hometown, in the off season.
I love that so much. And it feels like since you've been here, I think you came in Tuesday, we've just been able to witness that firsthand.
Yeah.
And just even you sharing your story with people, and there's been a lot of reconnection just in general because you are from this area. And I want you to take a little time also to, she kind of started with where the journey began, where this story came from. Just tell us a little bit about, even as we were talking with people this week, this idea of what it takes to put on a production. Because we've met some people this week that actually live locally, and Hannah mentioning that she really wants to hire as many locals as possible for the production itself. And so we've even happenstanced upon people, and then like, oh, you need to meet so-and-so. So we met an individual that did props and grip, and they were coming through town, I think on a layover to pick up horses and go somewhere else.
Yeah. And then last night we met the guy who also does.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he does grip and electric as well.
Right.
So all these, that's a crew position on a film set. Yeah, there's all these people that you don't even know who have this experience, and I want to find you. So if you are somebody that has any experience at all on a film set, please let me know. Please reach out to Lindsay, or I'm sure we'll put my contact information in the show notes. But I want to know, because there's not a big film community in Wyoming.
Right.
Wyoming has not been terribly hospitable to film. There's no tax incentive here. And so there's just, people who are interested in this, or people who want to do this as a career, or even who have done it in the past as a career, often have to leave. There's a lot of people in Montana. There's a lot of people elsewhere. I don't want to have to bring people in, though, from Los Angeles. We will definitely be bringing in people from Montana, but I want to hire as many locals as humanly possible. Because again, this film is meant to be a Cody film. It's meant to be a Wyoming film. So yeah, there was the guy we met in Lander who does stuff. There's the guy we met here in Cody. I know there's several people. I know Preston Randolph has already made like great inroads he's laid the groundwork. I'm certainly not the first person who's doing this, but I just want to hire you if you're here. I want to use local high school students. I want to use the Northwest College students. I want to see if there's ways that we can offer even college credit. My sister works at Northwest College, so I'm sure we can figure this out. Right. But I just want to be able to figure out ways to give almost like an internship, a production internship, while we were making this film. And in doing so, that will really benefit us too, because we need people. We need people to help us make this happen.
Well, it's absolutely wonderful. I'd really like to turn and talk about this idea of why you're going to be doing this in Wyoming versus, literally other people this week have said it would be cheaper to do this in this Texas county or this Canadian province. Yep. And I just love that you right away had an answer for that. And part of it does have to do with bringing money right to your hometown, but tell us a little bit about the other ins and outs of that.
Yeah, and that's complicated. So earlier when I said that Wyoming hasn't always been hospitable to film, that actually isn't true about the individuals. So every single person I've talked to is so excited about this. They want to see this happen. The businesses that I've talked to actually really want to see this happen. It's just that there's no tax incentive available to filmmakers right now, which blocks production companies from bringing productions here, whether that's big. So I know a lot of people don't want the big thing coming in and making Wyoming Hollywood. I get that. I do. But I'm a local. Well, I know I live in LA, but I'm rooted in Cody, and this is as local as it gets. It also blocks productions like this. It blocks these indie productions that that actually are meant to add to the culture and the fabric of the community. And so, yeah, exactly. So many people, when I've talked to them, they say, yeah, we'll just shoot it in Montana. It looks the same. There's a tax incentive there. I'm like, yeah, okay. No, I can't. I mean, I could. And honestly, if I can't get this made in Wyoming, I might have to. But obviously I'll have to change the title. And I think part of my heart would go away with it too, because I wrote this as a love letter to Cody. I wrote this with that intention in mind. And so it would just become a different project, and I would make peace with that, and it would still be great. But my heart for this is that it would be a Wyoming project. And so that's why we're actually approaching Wyoming financiers and donors. That's actually a major part of why I was adamant on applying for fiscal sponsorship, which is, so I'm an officially approved project of Film Independent, which is a widely respected organization that offers nonprofit status to independent films. It's a very detailed, elaborate vetting process that you have to go through. The filmmaker has to do a very thorough application process, and then they don't accept all of them, but they accepted this project. And in that, we are able to offer tax deductible receipts to people who make donations to my film. So we are trying to actually take the place of that tax incentive through these tax deductible donations that we're able to receive, and then in turn give people a receipt for their taxes.
That's incredible.
So we're trying to raise 20% of the film through donations, it's $1 million budget. So we're trying to raise $200,000. That's a lot of money, I know. But I'll be honest, in the last 2 months, we've raised over $50,000. And I'm really proud of that. But that is also, by the way, coming mostly from people outside of Wyoming, people who hear this story and are excited about it, people who want to pour into this story. They believe in me. They believe in the team that we have. They believe in independent film. And so that's really exciting. And there has also been quite a few people giving in Wyoming. But what has really been striking about the people in Wyoming is they just have you talk about the partners that we've gathered already. It blows me away. It may be because I'm a longtime local here. My roots are deep. My father's buried in Riverside Cemetery. My mom was a teacher. There's all these, I have some serious roots here, but it's also just a testament to the kindness of this community and the desire to help and the desire to see others succeed. I love this community so much. So some of our local partners that have come on board, Forward Cody, we've had a great partnership with Jake Hogan, Jennifer Toma at the Chamber of Commerce, Lindsay and Janet at the Cody Journal. Tony Tolstad at the City of Cody. And I'm really proud. We have been endorsed by the Wyoming Dude Ranchers Association, which is a huge deal because this story is all about a family that's fighting to save their historic Wyoming Dude Ranch. And so this is a Wyoming story. It's not like a glossy television Christmas movie. It's meant to be a gritty, authentic story of the West that happens to be set at Christmas. And so it was important to me to get these local partners that are actually part of the fabric of the community and not just, I want it to feel real.
Well, that's a great segue. I would love to move from the partners and everything that you've been doing this week to just kind of reconnect with the community, including you're in the schools this week with drama programs and speech and debate, both in Powell and Cody.
Yep, that was so much fun.
And it's been fun to hear the feedback from that and that you're also investing in that way. We both started in high school drama and theater and music. And so it's been fun to watch you come back to your old stomping grounds. But I'd really like to jump into the story.
Yes.
And I really feel like when we've been meeting with people, it's been incredible to just watch this story unfold and even just watch people's reactions. So I'd love to just jump into that now and have you tell us what this looks like.
Oh, I would love to. So it's a joyful, family-friendly Christmas movie. It's a romantic comedy. It's a story about a family that is fighting to hold on to their historic Wyoming Dude Ranch in the face of mounting financial pressure. So they have the Grace, who the lead up there, that's my character. She's the adult daughter of this family that is just her mom was the business savvy behind this ranch. She passed away a few years ago, and Grace, and along with her went all the business savvy, the financial wisdom. And Grace and her father and her son and her grandparents they're holding the ranch together, but they've encountered some really hard things with, they have a lot of IRS back taxes. There's all sorts of stuff that's going on. And so meanwhile, this wealthy, swaggering Californian comes in, and he has the money to buy them out to take care of their financial troubles. But in the process, he wants to tear down the ranch. He wants to demolish it and turn it into a subdivision. And so we've got the old guard, Wyoming family. No, this is my land. Back off. And then You've got the new California money coming in, and they're butting heads. And of course, I live in California. I'm from Wyoming. I love both places. I got to be honest. You can hate on California all you want. I love California. It's a great place.
It is.
And I love Wyoming. So I think it gives me a really unique perspective that there's a lot of good people in California. Right. And they honestly just want to come to a nice place. And so, but I also understand that, the two do not always see eye to eye at first. There's a lot of, there's some growing pains when differing cultures come together. And that's what this story is about. The story is about people overcoming differences, because again, they're like butting heads at first, but they have to decide, well, we can either stay divided. You're not going anywhere and I'm not either. And this is just going to continue to shatter, or we can actually figure out how to work together. And it's not all a kumbaya movie. That's not what this is, but it is a really special story of overcoming barriers. It's also a story of family reconciliation, because as I said, Grace's mother died, and with it went a lot of the unity that held the family together. She's a single mom, so she's also trying to hold on to her son, and she, he's pulling away from her too. He's a teenager. And so not only is she trying to save her land, but she's also trying to save her family.
Wow.
And so there's major themes of family reconciliation. The main topic of the film that is repeated over and over again, and that is not fully understood at the beginning of the film, but that is understood at the end. That's the journey the characters go on, is that a family's never broken if they love each other well. And again, that's really powerful for me because of my own personal story of family reconciliation, and just what I know to be true about, you can lose your home, you can lose anything material, but if you love the people you're with, if you love them well, then you're still home.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like it's been interesting to hear the different characters that develop throughout the film. And it sounds like her father is someone who's important in her life, but that there's a reconciliation story behind her and her dad too, which is that traditional Wyoming cowboy, and they're trying to figure out how to navigate life together now that they're in this new situation.
Yeah.
And it just speaks to so many great storylines that are out there.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about what this looks like in the long run with like your production team, who's on board for getting this project off the ground, or who's been a part of this leading up to being 10% funded and this whole piece.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, and real fast too, I also want to say there's a major music element to this film, because I forgot to include that. My character is a singer-songwriter. I am also a singer-songwriter. So again, like in writing to the things that I know, I love music so much. So that's a major part of it. Okay. But my team is awesome. I have got an Academy Award nominated producer. His name is Mark Mathis, and he's just phenomenal. He produced Waitress, Brick, Precious. Like you can go to his IMDb, and he's just been in the industry for 35 years plus, and he's amazing. I've got an amazing director. His name is Jason Satterland. He's an award-winning director. He is truly phenomenal. His last film was called The Abandon, and it was released by Lionsgate theatrically. It was one of their highest-rated films of 2024. I'm super proud of him. I've worked with him before, and I've known him for a long time, and he's such a true visionary. He actually also... I say at this point now, he co-wrote this film with me, because often when a director comes on board, they see like, okay, there's some holes there. Okay, there's some holes there. And then together we've really like taken what we already knew was a good script, and we've made it really special. So I'm very proud to have him on board. He's an amazing guy. And then I've got a great team in Bozeman. Actually, I just did a film in Montana last year. I'm so excited about it. It's called The Needle Man, and it's a thriller. And it was a completely very similar to this, very independent, completely Montana production. And through getting to know those people, I'm bringing on some really great key crew members from Montana. So yeah, I just couldn't be more proud of the team I have. I have been working on this film. I started writing it, I don't even know when, but it was probably 2020. So it's 2025. That's a long time. It might have even been 2019. But like slow fits and starts, like figuring out what the story was. I have honestly rewritten this script maybe 4 times, start to finish.
That's incredible.
Because I've had to figure out, no, that doesn't work. Or, oh, that's not right. The structure's all wrong. Stuff like that. And now I'm so happy that none of those earlier drafts got made.
Right.
Because this one's great.
Spoken like a true creative.
Yeah. I am psyched about this draft.
Yes.
And this team and this story. So right now is the time to do this. And, but it's taken a long time. Creative processes they're living things, right? They live and they breathe. And so, something changes in the world and you're like, oh, okay, now I'm thinking about everything differently, or something changes in you. Or something changes in your team, or something changes in, and so you have to constantly be reinventing and try not to overthink it, but you do have to just realize that, okay, this is a living process, and just be surrendered. I've had to become very surrendered to the timeline of it. I'm a dog with a bone. Like I'm so tenacious.
Yes.
But I've also had to become very surrendered to the process, that it's not always in my timing that I want things to be done. But it has to be in the right timing.
That's so wise. I think it seems like it just in even hearing you talk with people, you can feel that in you, like the confidence that it's taken, to just like move this forward. And I think even I was watching faces, there was a lot of raised eyebrows with surprise, because you're just so eloquent and like direct about, yep, this is what it is. And that there's such a special thing to that, because not everybody is that way when they have a creative project that they've, poured all of their, love, blood, sweat, and tears. And so,
and I've had to really do some deep soul searching on this process too, because it has taken so long. There's part of me that's like, why am I still working on something? Like I haven't gotten paid for this yet. I've been working full time on something for 5 years and I haven't gotten paid for it yet. Nobody has. God bless my team. Oh my gosh. But it's something that I just care about it. I'm passionate about it. And there's other stories I've written too that I also want to tell, but this one I'm just not letting go of it. And I think it's because it's my home. It's rooted so much in home and family. Those are the 2 most important things about me. This story is not autobiographical, but it is rooted in so much of who I am. And so I think I'm less likely to let this one go,
Yes. Oh, so wonderful. Yeah. And those are the projects that they just end up being just every piece of it, because there's so much love dripped into it that they end up being phenomenal.
We believe it's a very commercial, we believe it's going to be a very successful film. Honestly, it's a Christmas film, which is people watch year after year. I'm still watching movies from the 80s that are my favorite. Christmas, when did National Lampoon Christmas Vacation? Was that 80s?
I think it was the 80s.
Or early 90s. Yeah, so bad. Christmas
somewhere
movies.
there.
People watch Christmas movies over and over again. That's another reason why I wrote this, because I was like, well, let's make a good one here.
Right.
Let's hit it out of the park. So yeah, Christmas movies have a long tail life. It's a story that people really resonate with. Family. We believe it's a 4-quadrant film, which means that all ages will watch it. Because it's not a kid's movie, but it's not only an adult's movie. It's all those things at the same time. It's a very family friendly movie without being dumbed down. Yeah. So in order to shoot, we need to be financed. So that's the thing that needs to happen now. We're honestly 100% ready. We have not cast the film yet because we're waiting until we have the money in place.
Sure.
But aside from that, we have the bulk of our locations in place. We have the bulk of our major key crew players in place. Just because we have been working on this for a while, and we're ready to go. So we are 10% financed, as I said earlier, as you said. half of that is through investment and half of that is so far through these generous donations. And so, yeah, we're talking with several investors, and we're talking with, great donors, and we believe that can happen. I'm praying that happens soon so that we can shoot this winter. It would be my dream would be to shoot it this. Honestly, wouldn't it be great if we could shoot it in December?
That would be great.
We would need to be financed by October 15th though, which is coming up. And then if not, then okay, that's fine. We'll pivot. We can shoot it in January or February.
Sure.
I would prefer not to shoot it next year.
Right.
But again, just gotta make peace with whatever the timing is. So yeah.
I think there's an advantage to, that time of year in particular, if we do December, because there's just so many pieces to it. But I mean, one, it's more temperate. We will maybe have a little snow on the ground. It might, it's less hard to make it look like Christmas in Wyoming.
It's already decorated too.
That's right. We don't want to have to put
parade.
the Christmas parade at Thanksgiving. And then, we were joking last night with Jennifer, I think, or yesterday morning, Jennifer Toma, like, we don't want to put the Christmas decorations up twice, I
know.
But that's actually a real thing. And so it'd be wonderful to see you get financed. If you are interested in learning more about how this Christmas movie that is going to be based in Wyoming is going to move forward, or how it's going to be financed, you can get onto the website that we have here, which is wyomingchristmascarol.com. If you'd like to reach out directly to Hannah, there's an email that we'll also put in the notes of this podcast. It's info@wyomingchristmascarol.com. And we'd love to have a conversation with you about how that looks and kind of what the next steps are towards moving in that direction.
Yeah. And even if you're not able to contribute in any way financially, but you want to be involved, just still reach out, please. If you have a product, if you're a local artisan that you would love to have your product, showcased, that's something. Obviously I can't promise anything, but I would love to see what we can do to, just include community members in this film, whatever that looks like. Or if you have a business that you would like to donate as a location, things like that all come up. If you have Airbnbs or like United Miles or, whatever, so we can fly people, and that all honestly helps us keep our budget low.
Right.
And because even though $1 million sounds like a lot of money, it's really not. If you go to any movie that's playing, it was probably made for 20 times that,
right.
And so this movie, even though it's $1 million, that sounds like a lot of money to you and me, that covers salaries, that covers insurance, that covers camera rental costs, that covers transportation, that covers location fees, that covers catering. That adds up.
Yes.
So my producer has done an amazing job of getting the budget absolutely as low as possible, to the point where we can make a great movie, and we have what we need to make. And we don't have any bloat. There is no bloat on this movie. So please, if you have things like that you can donate, that would would be huge for us. Yeah.
100%.
Airbnbs, all that. I think I already said that, but yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I said it twice.
But that's a big thing, right? If we have people coming out, and they're going to be working on this movie, that's just a logistical part of it.
For weeks.
For weeks. And then that's the other reason of why they're also looking for people that are local, on the extra side, or you never know who lives in Cody, Wyoming. You never know about the casting or whatever that looks like. But
oh yeah, there are definitely going to be roles to audition for. And then there are 100%, there are big scenes with lots of crowds, and I want all of Cody to show up.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I can't say that. Being in the theater companies in town locally, we've gotten like an email like, hey, come to this ranch and, test screen as an extra, but like huge crowd type stuff like that, I don't think there's been very, too much of that's been around here. And so I think that could be really exciting for the community in particular. So
yeah, for sure. There's a great scene there's a great scene that takes place at the Irma Hotel with a lot of people in it. And so that would be really fun to have you all come out.
That's wonderful. All right. Well, we're going to wrap things up today. Hannah, thank you so much for letting us chat with you today.
Thank you.
Through the Cody Journal. And we just wish you all the best on everything moving forward. And we'll keep you updated as things progress, and follow this story as we move forward. So thanks so much.
Yeah. Thanks, you guys. Appreciate you.